In the Corner, Episode 1, Something New. Hey guys, welcome to In the Corner, which is brought to you by the No Bros crew. This is our new weekly podcast in which we will focus on several topics brought up by our host and discuss our opinions on the subjects. Topics will mainly consist of games, movies, trailers, and other cultural phenomena. You can share with us your opinions as well using our Twitter or Facebook page. The show would typically be about 30 to 40 minutes. This being our pilot episode, it is a bit longer to showcase what it will be all about. My name is Skylar, and I will be your host each and every week. And follow me on Twitter if you want at Skylar_NoBros. Sit back and enjoy the show. Alright, now let's introduce our guest host for the day. Go ahead, guys.
Hi, I'm Sumner. I'm part of the No Bro host on our channel. My Twitter is Sumner_NoBro. Yeah, go ahead, Joey.
I'm Joey. I'm part of the No Bro crew. My Twitter is Joey_NoBro. And yeah, all we do is random stuff.
Sounds good. Alright, now let's get started with my topic. So, just the other week, probably a couple weeks now, the National Film Registry, which is a list of movies to be preserved by the U.S. Congress, updated their list to include the 2016 inductees. Some of the examples include The Lion King, Breakfast Club, Princess Bride, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And for those of us who don't know, the National Film Preservation Board is an organization tasked with coming up with a list of American movies that are culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant enough to be preserved by the U.S. Library of Congress. Now, just to be clear before we start, they're not the best American movies, but works of endearing importance to American culture, is in quotation marks. And they reflect who we are as a people and a nation. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I guess.
Alright, so I'm going to name a list and say yes or no.
Okay.
Wait, you're going to say a name of a movie and we're going to say if it is or not on there?
Yeah, let me explain that better, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through my list of movies that I created, and you're going to guess whether or not the U.S. Library of Congress is currently preserving it. It's in the vault.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, let's freaking do it.
So, first, Ghostbusters.
No.
No.
No? Both of you? Alright.
Yes.
Top Gun.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 2 yeses again. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah. No one can win if you do the
Stop
same
copying
answers
me.
each time.
He's the one copying me. So.
Well, then, let's
What's-
alternate who goes first. How about that?
Okay, Joey can go first next time.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Alright.
The original one, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino's
Copycat.
Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yes. Whoops.
Doesn't matter.
A Christmas Story.
No.
Yes.
Alright. That's the one difference so far. One of you don't like Christmas. Alright. Next up, The Matrix.
No.
Nah.
Both knows, alright. Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Yes.
Too easy. The Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Yes.
Airplane.
No.
I'm gonna say yes.
I like the movie, but I don't think it's there.
The Exorcist.
Yes.
Oh. Shoot. I'm gonna say yeah.
Alright, 2 yeses again. Saturday Night Fever. John Travolta.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen it or heard of it.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'll say no.
Deliverance.
No.
I've never seen it.
Well, there's two movies you have to
So I'm
watch
gonna
this
say
evening.
yes.
Then. You said yeah?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
All right. The Terminator?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yes. All right. And last, Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. That was too many for me to remember, but every single one of those movies is being preserved by our government.
Oh.
So I think Joey got it right. You had more no's, Sumner. I'm pretty sure.
Hooray! I'm a beast. I was just saying no to some of them so Sumner would have a chance.
Was it surprising to you? You think?
I think
I mean, they're all pretty critically acclaimed movies.
the reason why I said yeah to Terminator and some of the ones that don't seem like it's like American culture, is because I feel like they put it in there because it's like what's it called?
Historically
Like a-
significant or something like that?
Yeah, it's like a checkpoint in
Yeah.
like Hollywood. Like
Yeah, definitely.
like the Terminator was like a step forward in Hollywood where they like their CGI and stuff got a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why.
What I was surprised was that Jurassic Park was in there. At least as far
Oh, what the
down as
heck?
I went. Yeah, it could have been.
Jeez.
The list is huge, but I went pretty far down and it wasn't in there. And that was like
Boy, hopefully it is
a big step forward in CGI. That and Star Wars.
huge.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, but they also used in the original they used more of the robots than
Yeah,
they did
puppets.
CGI,
That's
didn't they?
true. But like in the very first scene, when you first see the park and it zooms out from the car, that's all CGI, and that was like
Oh yeah.
a very empowering scene.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so let's move on to who wants to go next. Who has something for us?
We can do Spider-Man.
All right, then let's talk about Homecoming then. All right, so
All
a
right,
couple
go ahead.
weeks back, actually, a couple months back, I think now, the trailer for Spider-Man: Homecoming came out, which was amazing. It showed his new suit, which doesn't look super new. But it looks like it matches the old comic books a little better, and it looks like he has some new kind of gadgets in it. But yeah, it came out. It looks epic. I wanted you to get your guys' opinions on it.
Yeah, well, my first thought is merging their
Well,
movies, I guess.
That's what it's supposed to be. They're all supposed to be taking place at the same time.
Yeah, but
That's the reason
the
why
other
they're
movies
doing
don't
the
do that.
Avengers.
Iron Man to a little degree, but it's not like
Yeah,
up
I think
front,
the
like,
the
not a
whole
big
thing
part
is
of it.
because Spider-Man: Homecoming is either it's in between his big fight with them, or no, it looks like it's before and looks like it's before and after.
It's after
So
the
like,
Civil War.
I think the thing that they're aiming at is showing Spider-Man's how his or Peter Parker showing how it affects him, like his like him becoming Spider-Man, him getting a bit cocky because he was fighting with the Avengers, and stuff like that. Yeah, becoming a
and it
superhero.
affecting his personal life.
Like,
And then just the mask CGI, you could tell, is from Deadpool also. In the very beginning, his I guess
Oh, where
it's
the
like
mask-
an exaggerated facial expression.
yeah, yeah.
Like the eyes getting bigger on the mask and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I noticed
It
too.
is, but I
which
do
is,
like
I
it.
guess cartoonish.
The thing I like about that whole like cartoonish cartoonish like face mask moving and stuff is like you can kind of tell his emotion, because like if it was a straight mask and he was like just talking, or if he was surprised and stuff, you can't, and the mask didn't move, then you wouldn't be able to really tell how he's really feeling. But because
Yeah.
of that, you can kind of tell, like with Deadpool when he gets pissed, like it comes in so you can see that he's pissed, and vice versa. So I think I like it. I mean, it is CGI, but it looks. I think it adds to it.
I like how he's an actual kid
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
it's
and
That
not
too.
Toby Maguire or the other guy.
Although,
well, it's
But
sort of like the last one
he
though.
was he was an
That
old
guy
he was
was
like
kid looking.
18, 19. That's what he looked like, and he also wasn't like super nerdy.
but this
Like
guy,
this one, yeah, he seems
Yeah,
good
that's
for the role.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like.
true.
I think they did good with this one. Although, let it be on record that I do like the Tobey Maguire series. I mean, yeah, he
Fuck Tobey
doesn't look
Maguire.
like a teenager, but I mean, it is in that original one. It is later on in life. Like, he's in college, isn't he?
He started out in high
Yeah, he
school
started out
in
in
the
high
first
school,
one.
but eventually,
But it was like
yeah,
the
yeah,
graduation
and
was the very beginning.
yeah, and then they went
I
on to
think
like
of those
be
movies.
living in
When
New
he
York and
was
stuff.
taking pictures and
Yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
but also let it be on record that Spider-Man 2 is like one of the best superhero movies of all time. I freaking love
And
it.
then they followed that with Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man 3 wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the
It was
best.
bad.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't.
was
It
bad.
definitely wasn't the best. But Spider-Man 2 was amazing. Like, oh my god. Probably one of the best.
Yeah, that's basically you just summarized my thinking was there. It's a big departure from that Spider-Man with the whole. My feeling was like a Deadpool slash the
Yeah.
Homecoming mixture with focusing on high school and the
Yeah.
daily life, I guess, of a kid.
That's Yeah, and that's one of the things that makes me like Spider-Man the most. Like, he's my favorite superhero. That's probably one of the reasons why is because he's the most normal. Like, he's the most like me, like a normal person that has to focus on school and girls and work and stuff. And then he's on the other hand, he's got like this superhero side, and he's got to deal with saving people and stuff. Like, I think that's the reason why I like him the most. Yeah, he's cocky and stuff, but like he's got all this like determination to do as much as he possibly can. So it's like, I don't know. That's why I like him. Yeah.
It's good, good cocky. So tell us when the movie's slated to come
Um.
to the box office.
Let me look it up real quick. I know it's not gonna be till next year, July 7th. July 7th, 2017.
Okay,
Um,
July 7th.
2017 is gonna be a crazy good year for movies, though.
What else is coming out?
There's a ton.
ton.
There's that. There's the next what's it called? The next I think the next
Yeah,
Avengers is
there's
coming out in 2017, isn't it? Or is that going to be a
Aquaman's
few
coming
years
out
from now?
next year.
Logan is coming out. Yeah, but it's DC. You know what they do. Freaking Justice League is slated to come out next year. Guardians of the Galaxy, um, Thor, Ragnarok, Wonder Woman, Logan, Kong, King Kong, that new one looks epic.
Aliens,
John Wick 2, ton. Aliens, oh yeah,
the
Aliens,
Lego
heck yeah.
Batman movie, Pirates of the Caribbean.
That 2, Beauty and the Beast. World War Z 2, freaking. Anyways, we're getting
Yeah.
off topic.
So
Okay, so my next topic, since it's in the same realm of what we were talking about, kind of, is the new Assassin's Creed movie, and what your expectations for the movie is or are, or any video game movie adaptation.
I think this one should be pretty good. They've been doing pretty well with movies and recently, and it's not like the 2000s to 2010 era of video games like John Carter and Prince of Persia, Resident Evil that people enjoy, but that's more for the action aspect, and it has nothing to do with the games. But in general, most of the time, we've seen fail after fail of it. Warcraft was okay. Like a lot of people didn't like it, and a lot of people did like it. I mean, it's all personal preference on what you're looking for in the movie.
So
But
I think
yeah,
what you touched on was the issue really with video game movies is trying to tie a story or maybe even a couple stories if it's more than one game into a movie as you're like sort of tying the hands of the writer and it doesn't ever
Yeah.
really come across well. The Resident Evil movies were pretty good, at least the first couple, because it was basically faint references to the game. It didn't really have much to
Yeah.
do with it.
It was like its own story.
More creative freedom, yeah, in that sense.
Yeah.
So
It was alright.
I don't know. I'm on the other side where first I don't get really excited for movies, so very couple like that I'm nostalgic about like Alien and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't have really high expectations for this movie, but really for most movies, unless there's like a proven track record by that set of the set of writers and director and all that.
Yeah.
so do you actually look up like the director
No,
and
but
whatnot before
usually
you see a movie?
it's
I
like
know some people do.
advertised really hugely if it's a very successful guy, like
Like produced by Steven
yeah,
Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, the Avatar dude.
M. Night Shyamalan?
No,
Oh no, James
James
Cameron.
Cameron, yeah.
James Cameron.
And then yeah.
Not that Avatar.
So go ahead, Joe. You
That
can tell
was
us
terrible.
about your thoughts.
Uh, I feel the same way. Actually, Prince of Persia for me was actually really good. Surprisingly, I was actually one of the better ones I've watched. But like, the Resident Evil movies have always been just shy of good for me because I love Resident Evil, and then like they came in with their own kind of thing, which kind of was like, it's all right that you came with your own thing, but like you called it Resident Evil. I was expecting like something different, but I
True.
mean it's cool, but like I don't know. I actually when I was younger, I was a big fan of the Mortal Kombat movies.
Oh yeah,
I know they're terrible,
yeah.
and when I watch them now, it's like what the what the heck.
Well, that might have
But
been
those
like
movies are actually
one of the first video game movies. Was Mortal Kombat,
yeah that. And it was good.
and
It did an okay job of like of putting so many characters into one like story.
yeah, I wouldn't say those movies were bad.
Well,
They were just the big movies at that time were all like karate and stuff. So it was just capitalizing on what's
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah, but
also, how you said when you said what was I thinking, you could say that about a lot of old movies.
yeah, that's that's true. But one of the biggest upsets was I don't know if you guys seen this, but the 1994 Street Fighter movie with
No.
Jean-Claude
I
Van
never saw
Damme. Terrible movie. Don't watch it. You guys are lucky you haven't seen it. Terrible. But Mortal Kombat was amazing. But some of the movies that were like all right, like had so much potential was like oh also Mario Bros. I hated that movie too. But some of the ones that were really good were like Silent Hill. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Silent Hill was decently good, and Doom. I actually
Oh
really
yeah,
liked Doom.
with the Rock.
Doom.
That was awesome. I forgot about
Yeah,
that
dude,
movie.
the first person, like the whole first person sequence was amazing. Like I watched it in theaters when I was like 13 or 12, and it was like, oh, I was so mind blown. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is freaking amazing. That was probably one of the best like moments.
They have like a? It was like a plot shift halfway through.
The Rock.
Oh,
Was
that
back.
was it. Okay. It was all about the. What were they like? Miners or
They were
something?
like
I honestly don't remember.
they were like creating
Oh, scientists.
like some sort of
It was like scientists, I guess.
yeah, it was some sort of like super soldier serum that they were making, and it was turning them into like creatures, like aliens, which kind of pulled away from the original story of it being like demons. It was like aliens. So I mean, in a sense, it wasn't really the same, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it was really
like
cool.
halfway through, it pretty much became Doom. It was all about
Yeah,
killing.
yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I honestly don't remember much about that movie.
You don't care about that movie?
I don't remember much about
Oh,
it.
you should watch it again. Just that like first person sequence, that was amazing. Like when I watched it in theaters, I thought that like sequence was like 30 minutes long. I was like, this is amazing. But when I looked it up, it was like 3 minutes.
All right. Are we moving on to Final Fantasy? All right. All right. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on Final Fantasy. Well, at least Joey's, since Sky, I don't think he played it
No.
yet.
So I think I might step away for like the next few minutes. All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Final Fantasy
So spoiler
15?
alert for anyone that hasn't played Final
Oh
Fantasy
yes,
yet.
huge spoiler alert because we are about to break it down.
All right. So, what was your thoughts on the ending?
For the ending, oh my god, that's so much, like so much. But I honestly, the ending I think was good. Like it was when you come down to realize that you come to the realization that the whole time he was meant to sacrifice himself to save the world, and the whole time he was just having a tough time coming to terms that he had with the fact that he had to kill himself to save the world. Like, and then at the end he just dude, that campfire scene, oh god, where
Yeah.
he finally like accepts it, and he finally accepts it, and then his friends accept it, and then they like are like, all right, time to go kick ass, and they go kick ass. It's freaking amazing. But
See, I didn't understand the whole wedding thing if he was meant to sacrifice
um,
himself in the end,
so
anyways.
that the wedding after the credits.
Well, I know that was like when they were dead and whatnot, but like, because he was originally gonna go get married. That was when the start of the game
Yeah,
was you were going to meet
yeah.
your fiance, and and then all that shit happens.
Well, I watched. Did you watch Kingsglaive?
No,
Ki- In
I don't
Kings
think so.
in Kingsglaive, they explain it a little bit. What happens is the Niflheim, they come in and they're like advancing onto Insomnia, but the Niflheim, instead of attacking Insomnia, they give them a peace offering. They basically say if Noctis marries Lunafreya, then have peace and we won't go to war and stuff, and we'll just
Mhm.
chillax. So then they kind of go on like a bachelor slash go meet up with Luna Freya party or road trip, and then during the road trip, what happens is what's his face Niflheim brings Luna Freya to Insomnia, and they have a meeting with the king, but really the meeting was like a sneak attack, and they start attacking the city, starts causing chaos, killing crap. Nyx Ulfric, dude, oh my god! If you watch Kingsglaive, Nyx Ulfric is one of the like most amazing like characters of all time. Um, I think he would be able to stand a chance against Noctis, but he's just a random Kingsglaive, like basically a King's Guard,
Mhm.
and he has like the ability to teleport and everything too, because the king has the power of magic, and he like spreads it upon his king slaves, and
Yeah.
so he has the power too, and he basically goes ham a lot of the time. He's like the best king slave. Like all the other king slaves, they get sick after doing it for so much, but he can do it like as many times as once. He's amazing. But yeah, they get into this big fight, and basically that's what happened. Was the wedding was supposed to be like
Trap.
yeah, a trap. And um, so yeah, they were supposed to be getting married. But then really, I don't know if you remember, he's not even in the game, I don't think, but they were gonna, their real plan was to have their general, I don't remember the dude's name, but their general, this huge ass giant guy with the giant sword, was supposed to get married to Lunafreya instead. It was supposed to be a trap, and then kill Noctis, kill the king, take the ring, and the magic crystal, and then have the general marry Lunafreya.
Mhm.
But it didn't work out that way, and oh, dude, you just need to watch that final like 30 minutes.
So then, how did they? Well, I don't understand why he stabbed her if that was the plan.
Well, cause the general in, I don't know if you're gonna watch Kingsglaive, but
Is that like in the game or is that like a YouTube thing?
no, it's an actual movie. Like you have to like buy it or rent it or something.
Oh,
Um, but uh, but I don't know if you do. You want me to tell you what happens?
sure.
So a spoiler alert for anybody, but King's Slave, what happens is Nyx Ulfric saves Luna Freya, and the king gives him the ring, telling him, "You remember the Ring of Lucis?"
Hmm.
The king gives the ring to Nyx or to Luna Freya and tells Luna Freya to give it to Noctis because he's gonna need it to come back. And so they go, and then Nyx, he protects her through and tries to get her out of the city so she can get it to Noctis. But when he's trying to get her out, the general, this huge badass guy, comes and fights him, starts fighting him. They get into this huge brawl, and or they get into this little fight. Nyx is about to die, but then he puts on the ring, and when you put on the ring and you're not deemed worthy, then you just like disintegrate. So he puts on the ring, and then he gets warped into like this world where all the kings of Lucis, the old kings of Lucis, and the guardians,
Yeah, that was in the game.
yeah, they come up and they ask him like why he should be worthy, and he basically explains to them that he doesn't want to be a hero or anything. He just or he's basically like the average cocky hero. He's like, I'm just here to save the world and stuff. And then so then they're like, okay, well we'll give you the power, but by the time the sun comes out, you're gonna die. And he's like, all right, cool. So then they give him the power, and then he goes ham. They go ballistic on the city. Like they get into this huge brawl. Then Nyx kills the main general dude, and then Luna Freya. I don't remember. She got the ring somehow. I can't quite remember how, but Luna Freya gets out of the city, and so the general's dead. So he's not like their marriage isn't possible anymore. Luna Freya gets out, and she starts, and then that's kind of where the movie or the game kind of starts, or a
Hmm.
little bit. She gets out and she starts like requesting help from all the gods and talking to them and stuff, and that's when you kind of get in. And then when you meet her, she gives you the ring, but she dies, which is so sad. Like, oh, dude, I did not want her to die, but she died. I was like, why?
Did you watch this before you played the game?
Yeah. Why?
Hello?
Yeah, I did.
Alright. So, pretty much that ties into the game.
Yeah, it does.
Alright, so another thing I want to talk about was, do you know after Luna Freya was killed, and then he, like, goes into his depression?
Yeah.
And his friend is like, suck it up and whatnot.
Gladius. Yeah.
Yeah, my whole time, I'm thinking, if his sister was the one that got stabbed, Gladius' sister, would he be like, oh, I'm fine,
I feel like
I'm gonna suck it up?
he might be.
I don't know. I don't think he would.
Well, because he just seems like that kind of guy. Like it's almost like an anime, and he seems like the kind of guy in the anime to be like, it's okay, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't know, he was getting kind of annoying. I was like, what are you talking about? And then they get to like that little
Hmm. The argument.
yeah, like the little arguments. I was like, oh my god, this is so annoying.
Hmm.
Dude, just shut up. but yeah, that was annoying. But for the ending, what did you think?
I think that was pretty much how it was gonna end. I kind of figured that after she was killed, that he was gonna end up dying and joining her in the afterlife. Um, I don't know. For me, it kind of didn't end the way I wanted to. I guess like I would want it to like expand afterwards. I guess
Yeah,
to where you see what happens and whatnot.
yeah,
Besides for just the wedding and then whatnot, like what happens to the world
Since
after you're gone,
yeah,
and then yeah, and then touching on that, what this game, the thing that annoyed me the most was, do you know how like when you first spawn in, that whole area is open. And it's just like giant, and you can explore all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the next area, and it's like a 10 by 10 area, and you can't really explore.
Are you talking about the end game section?
Yeah, when you leave and then you come back pretty much straight away, there's no exploring, there's nothing.
Are you talking about?
It's like how they force you to the story once you leave to go to the island.
Oh, to go to Alticia?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much from
yeah.
then on, it's you can't do anything else but or the main story mission. There's no exploring. There's nothing.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like that's what bothered me about this game the most was I didn't like that.
The thing is, they added the dog Umbra. When you go to sleep, you can call her and go to the past and then do all the side missions. But the thing, yeah, I didn't like that either. Like, they take like it's open world, big open world, and then they force you to go into on the rails kind of game, and it's like story after story after story after story, and then like at one point the game felt like a horror game, like you have no weapons.
Yeah. When you're back in the city.
Yeah, and those freaking robots, holy crap.
Yeah.
That was scary as hell. Like when you're hiding and then they like pop up and grab you and oh god, that's so freaking scary. But yeah, that's one part. They did come out releasing a statement saying that something like they were gonna fix the final like couple chapters to make it flow a little better because it does like it flows so well, and then once you hit that, then it's like, dude, what's going on?
Forced. It's just like they hit the fast forward train and just kept on going.
Yeah, and then like
then it stopped.
and then it literally once you hit that, it literally takes you to the end of the game. And then, like, you can't do anything to the end. I was like, I got things I want to buy. Like, I have no health potions.
It's like, for me, it was just like, that's not the way I like playing games. I don't like just doing story mission after story mission. I like taking my time.
Yeah,
through it.
that's what I was like.
That way I can build a relationship with all of my characters and whatnot, and then it hits me harder at the end.
That's what I was feeling like the whole time I was playing. I didn't do any of the side quests and stuff because I was like, oh, I can always come back and do it. But then I got to the point where you can't go back and do it, and I was like, oh, okay. But the ending, I don't know if you noticed, but or this is at least my theory on the ending. So when you know how the dude is invincible or immortal? What's his name? Can't remember his name. But
yeah, I beat this game way too long ago to remember any of these games.
But basically, the dude, well, he's immortal. So from the way I see it, it looks like Noctis has to go into the afterlife to finish him off. You know that final cutscene. So he does, and I think his friends died too. Defending him. Remember when he walks up the stairs and then his friend, like those giants come out and then his friends turn around, like. Because in the afterlife, they're there too. Remember?
I didn't catch that.
At the afterlife, he's standing there, and then the dude comes and he's like he's smiling because he's all cocky and stuff, and then he starts freaking out, and then it shows Noctis again, and then it shows like the four of them or the three of them standing next to him, along with the king, I think, standing next to him, and then he's like starts freaking out, and then he tries to attack him, and then Luna Freya grabs his arm. Like, all the people who's helped him...
I think that was a different ending.
What ending did you
get? They weren't there. Pretty much, he sat down in the king's chair, and she sat next to him and laid his shoulder, or his head on her shoulder.
Are you talking about the marriage scene?
Yeah.
Well, this was before the marriage scene, because I got the marriage scene too, but... Before that, it should have showed Noctis coming down into and it was all blue, and then he comes down, and then freaking Irwin or whatever his name is comes down, and he's smiling, and it's about to be a fight, and then the four of them pop up.
No,
you didn't see any of that.
I don't remember that at all. No.
What? Are you sure?
I don't remember. If we talked about this probably like the week after, but. I don't remember any of that.
Oh my god. that was like the best part. Like, I was in tears. Almost. I was like, everyone that had helped him that died was there helping him again in the afterlife, and they finally vanquished him. He died, and then, like, yeah, that was amazing. I was probably one of.
I remember it being all blue, but I don't remember the people showing up. I remember him just stabbing him and the dude dies.
Okay, so remember they're standing and then
There's no way I'm gonna remember. I'd have to play through it
dude,
again.
and then the guy and then he like summons the different lords of Lucis and they all attack him.
Yeah, when they stab him when he's sitting in the chair.
Oh, they stab him when he's sitting in the chair, and then he goes into the
And
afterlife.
then his dad stabs him.
Yeah. And then he goes into the afterlife.
Yeah, and he kills the dude.
But all the people were there.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
I honestly don't.
yeah, so basically everyone died, and then the memory or the thought of him getting married to Luna Freya was like supposedly his final fantasy.
I thought that was just like the afterlife. I don't know.
That's so sad. So sad.
And
But one of my main things I liked about the game was the gameplay. It was really good. It reminded me of Kingdom Hearts, which is why I liked it.
yeah, like the camaraderie with the people.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, Skylar.
All right, moving
Bananas.
on. For my next topic, How I Met Your Father is on the way. And for those of you who didn't see the original,
Oh God.
it's How I Met Your Mother, and it ran from, I think, 05 to 14. But anyway, How I Met Your Mother's getting a sequel, and according to, I believe it was the Hollywood Reporter who first reported this, the executive producers are on board, which means sort of rumors that it's going to happen. And obviously there was a spin-off, which in our pre-production meeting we're talking about, our Vince noted, who's didn't join us today, but he said that he thought there was a spin-off already called How I Met Your Dad, and he was right, but it didn't get picked up after the pilot. So anyways, have you guys, if you've seen our even a little bit of the original How I Met Your Mother, do you think the charmingness of that show, I guess, can be carried over into a sequel with a different cast, just because the producers are the same?
I don't know.
I say it depends. It's how the characters are written, because
Yeah.
pretty much they have to make us like the new characters all over again, with the expectations really high. So, I mean, it can go either way.
I think that and how well the actors play it off, how likable they are.
Yeah.
Well, are they doing the same mom?
They might not because of how much it was 3 years ago it ended. But who knows?
Do they know the synopsis of the story of the movie?
It's how she met her spouse, the character Ted. So it's like the same thing, but from her perspective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For me, I feel like it's gonna have to be the same chick, and they're gonna have to have like a supporting cast that's as good as the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember. Oh, it was Neil Patrick Harris as Barney. He was really standoutish. I guess
Yeah.
he was a bunch of people's favorite characters. They have to get someone like him.
A female version.
Pretty much. Yeah. I never really
And
watched
then
it, so.
Lily she's a really good actress. I think Allison Hannigan, I think is her name.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, at least a couple. Like who's the Ted's love interest, the news reporter?
Robin?
Which one?
Yeah.
He had
Robin was okay, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Marshall, he was also funny, along with Ted.
Yeah.
Those two guys together.
Yeah.
And then Barney as the third wheel that was trying to fit in.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're saying we'll see. We'll see when it gets there.
Yeah, from what I've seen, because it's gonna be about the girl, the actual mom, right, of the kids.
Yes.
From what I've seen, because like I think it was the last season that it was her, like kind of story, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
true. They flipped it a little bit.
yeah, from
But she also died, so I wonder how.
how the how she's gonna be telling it.
Well, she wasn't originally supposed to die. They did it to
Yeah,
rush. Yeah,
but
but
It might not
that's
be the
another.
same story then. It might just be like the show, but with a woman, but not Ted and her, you know?
yeah, yeah. Um,
So then, how are they even gonna get like followers of the show to like it
It's
then?
just gonna be because some of the same people from the show are here, so it should have the
yeah.
same feel, I guess.
I don't know.
The writers. Yeah.
I
All right,
yeah.
we'll see, and let's move on. Sumner, wanna lead us into our strange story of the week?
Okay. So, strange story of the week comes straight out of India,
Of course.
where this man comes home after a bit of drinking. He
Obviously.
he wants to get some from his wife,
Get some what?
and his wife
Pie.
gets some strange, some poontang, some of that sweet sweet loving from
Oh.
his wife, and she said no. She said he came home at like 3 in the morning.
Oh,
So,
that justifies
and
it.
then he was just distraught. He was just so upset, couldn't handle it. Went, got himself a knife, and just went to town on his junk and cut it off. When asked why, it's because he said him and his wife hasn't had relations in 10 years, and she pretty much said what I said, that she doesn't know why he did it.
How long have they been married?
A long time.
Like
I believe
10
they
years?
have a couple of kids. Yeah,
Yeah, they have a
it's
few.
Okay.
must be more than 10 years.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if they got married and then she wasn't giving him none anymore, then explains why.
Well, I mean, I feel like you just get a divorce or go cheat, one of the two.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on what part of India he's living in.
That's true. Yeah, that was too bad we didn't record Vince's reaction during our post-recording meetings, because his was
Alright.
classic, basically.
Yeah.
He was quoted saying, "I cut it off because she doesn't understand me. She's very stubborn." End quote.
Do you remember?
We haven't had
Go ahead.
we haven't had physical relationships in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And then she said he lost his mind. That's what I feel. She said, "I have nothing else to say on this."
Oh, God. That's terrible.
And it says that it was not clear if his member was saved or reattached. And it says that they've been married for 18 years and they have one daughter and no
Oh.
sex.
Maybe she only let him hit it 3 times.
Yeah.
Probably. And I'll just copy Vince's reaction where you're like, WTF? And then Sumner mentions India, and you're like, makes sense now. Alright, guys, that's all we have for you. So thanks for watching, and join us next week.
Join us next week.